Whew, sorry. Waiting for everybody to come in. Shout out to everybody. Just wait for everybody to come in. Sorry about the delay. We're gonna get started for in a few moments. I am going to be smoking, so we're gonna get started. Before we get started, I don't want to be so serious, so I want to go ahead and play a little anthem. Ooh, the ganja is strong. Let me know if y'all can hear this. Can y'all hear me? Convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snack it. What's happening? Carol Baskin. Elder husband whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Can y'all hear this? Fed them to tigers, they snack it. What's happening? I got a laugh off of that. I had got a laugh off of that. I had to laugh at that. So I know we're here to do some tarot readings, but I just want to show you guys that I thought that was so funny. All right, so give me 1 second. We're going to go ahead and share. Okay, so before we get started, make sure you guys share this video. Make sure you like this video. And make sure if you are watching the replay, you go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We're going to get started here. And then whoever comes in is just who comes in. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and start off with some good vibes. We're not going to be really serious on this live here, but I want to go ahead and start off with some good vibes. So I got my Tiberian bowl. So let me turn off my sound. We're going to have a moment of silence. So let's go ahead. Sometimes you have to play with it to get the vibrations up. Let's show you. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear that. I know my mic is trash. So before we get started, if you're in the live here and you are interested in booking a reading with me, for those of you who don't know, my name is C, the Spiritual Goddess. I am I guess you could say your psychic bestie. I do tarot readings. I do candle magic, and I am now taking readings. I did have to take a break. For those of you who do want to book a reading with me, all of that information will be left below. We will be doing some live tarot readings. So I'm showing 2 people here, so 2 people should be thumbs upping this video. If you guys want to get a reading, if you do want to get a reading, you can feel free to cash at me if you want to reserve your spot. Otherwise, I'm just going to be pulling some cards at random. So if you do want to, you can cash at me here, or you can send me a PayPal. I'm doing 2 questions for $10. 2 questions for $10. Now, how it works basically is, if you want your question anonymous, you can just go ahead and send me a text. Otherwise, if we don't get anyone who's sending money, we're just gonna pull some at random. We do have one person reserved here, so I'm just going to stay on for a short period of time. Okay. So now that we got the maintenance out the way, let's stop sharing that. We're going to go ahead and get into the topic today. So, my husband, he probably don't really know. I'm putting him on the spot. He's in the chat. Shout out to K Wheel. For those of you who watched me for a while, if you watch my other channel, this is my second channel. You've probably seen his face there a lot. We've been together now 4 years. We've been married 4 years. So I was talking to my homegirl today, or it was a couple of days ago, a good friend of mine. And I was telling her, like, dang, we're coming, like, we're together 4 years now, and I was talking about how, girl, you remember when I like that year before I met him, I said I was gonna manifest him, I manifest my husband, and she was like, yeah, I remember like that year. So for those of you who don't know, I always talk about the law of attraction and manifesting your life. We will get more deep into that, but I get a lot of clients who ask me how to attract love. How do you actually hey Pooh, how do you actually attract that love? We get a lot of people who ask that. A lot of people, especially during this quarantine, for some reason, I see a lot of people who are single. They kind of been saying like they're having it bad. They've been saying more than ever that they want to attract that love. So the question of the day is, when using the law of attraction, how do you actually attract love? So in the comments, I want you guys to let me know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's just as easy as just saying it? You want to attract love? What do you guys think? Allergies. Oh, wow, I'm waiting for you guys to write in the comments. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, so back to the story. So yeah, I think people get the law of attraction like they get it they have a misconception about it when it comes to love. What they do think is, they normally think that you could just say, I want to attract the love of my life. You know what I mean? I want to go ahead and find this man. I want him to have this, and that. I think a lot of people do that, and they don't get is more to that. The thing about it is, that year that I said I was going to meet my husband, it took me a lot of self-reflection and actually realizing the issues that I personally have. A lot of people, I think the biggest misconception that people have when it comes to attracting a partner or attracting a mate, they think that, I'm going to attract this partner, I'm going to attract this love, I'm going to attract this mate, and then all of my issues are fixed. You see what I'm saying? They think that's how it's going to be. What a lot of people don't get is, in order for you to attract the love or your great love or someone that you want to be with, it's not that it's hard necessarily, because you can, if you want to be honest with you, you can attract, if you just want to have somebody there, you can attract that, you know. If you're not happy in your relationship, or if you're not happy with the type of people you attract, or if you're not happy with the fact that, you know, you are single, which single is not a bad thing, that has more to do with and I'm trying to say this in the best way, with your internal. Because you got to remember, when we manifest, like, everything around us is a reflection, or how would I say? It's like a cause and effect. You know, it starts in the mind first. So everything you see, the life you have, you manifest that. So that's on a larger scale. So if you break it down to a relationship, and I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense in the comments? Let me know. Let me know. Am I making sense in the comments? What I'm saying is, when you actually, to break it down when it comes to love, if you're attracting trash, or if your relationship is not working, or if you can't find that special person, that has more to do with you. And it's not just saying that you want that person. You also have to work on yourself. With my husband, when I met my husband, and I'm gonna let you know, I still have a lot of healing to do. I still have things I have to work on, because the work doesn't stop. But when I met my husband, I was in a place, and a lot of people don't know this, where I was like I don't want to say like fuck it, but I was in a place where I was not really looking. Yeah, I manifested, said what I wanted my husband to be, but I knew I had things I had to work on myself, you know. But once I put it out there, and I actually really start to believe, yes, I'm going to meet my husband this year, things started working for me, and the universe started sending me not only signs that he was coming close, but they also started, how would I say it? I'm sorry, y'all. Let me give you some juice. My mouth dry. When that ganja hit you, woo. But absolutely, if you do want a reading, wait, let me show you. Yeah, so if you do want a reading, here we do have one person that is ahead of you getting a reading here. But if you do want a reading, you can definitely book a reading with me, or I'm sorry, reserve a spot with me. I'm doing readings live in the next few minutes. If you do want to get a reading done, I am doing 2 questions for $10. You could either cash app me, or you can send me a PayPal. If you want to just wait out for a free reading, after I get done doing the people who pay for their reading, if time permits, because I'm only on here for a short time, then we can go ahead and see if we can pull some cards for you. But if you want to, just to make sure that you get your question answered, cash at me. Okay, so, and we're going to get started with the readings shortly here. But basically, let me see. I say all that to say, basically, you have to also do the work. People think when it comes to the law of attraction, it's just, putting it out there. Even when it comes to a relationship, you have to do the work. With me, and I hope I'm not jumping all over the place, but with me, before I actually got closer to meeting my husband, Spirit actually sent me tasks to work on. You know, a lot of us right now are looking at this as a bad thing with this quarantine. But actually, this is, don't get me wrong, it is bad, but this is one of the best things in a way that can happen for you right now. You have no choice but to work on you and be with yourself, your inner self. What I would suggest at this time, if you are looking to attract, oh, what do I mean by doing the work? That's a good question, K. Will. We're gonna get to that. We're just getting to that. That's a good question. So, for those of you, if you're wanting to attract a mate and you're wanting to know what work do you have to do, the first thing you have to do is you have to look at your past, and you have to go to your past and you have to face some things. You know, you have to face the reality. So what I would suggest starting off doing is definitely heart chakra meditations. You definitely need to, I would definitely start to look within during this time. And I'm talking about during quarantine time. I would definitely start off with that. I will also start off with, actually, a lot of people don't like to do this, but I had to do this. Writing down your past relationships. Write down the pros and the cons of your past relationships. And not just on you and the person's end. Go in your past relationships and look at yourself. I want you to write a pros and cons on your, when I say pros and cons, write basically, what did I do right in my past relationship? What did I do wrong? And I want you to be honest with yourself. Start there. Okay. I don't know if I ever told Kyle this, but I actually had to do this. Like, when I used to write the list of what I wanted in a guy, but then I had to write down, I had to look in the past and ask myself, I had to write down like what I did wrong. Start there. So when I say do the work, it starts with looking within. Okay. For those of you who, if you are looking to get more information on manifesting, and even when it comes down to your love life, it's actually well-rounded. I would definitely suggest The Secret. The Secret does touch on the power of manifestation. It touches on the law of attraction. So I would definitely check that out for those of you guys who are interested in that. And then for those of you who are looking to actually learn the truth about yourself and face some hard truths, there's this book, and Dee Dee will know if she's still here, called Are You Mistyped? Now, if you are a man, I would definitely still suggest don't get fooled by the title, just to replace she with he. But I would definitely suggest doing that. That book actually helped me face some harsh realities about myself when it comes to love. So I would definitely be doing a detailed video on this some other time. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, and make sure if you are in here, you hit that thumbs up. I would definitely be doing some more videos detailing this. But for right now, what we are going to be doing some tarot readings. So I wanted to go ahead and keep this really low key since I missed last week. So let me see if my first person sent me their questions. Let's see, girl, did you? And if you guys are looking to get a reading, don't forget, you can cash at me here, or you can PayPal me. I'm doing 2 questions for $10. All right, so let me first get the first person. I'm gonna give her a few minutes to answer me. Okay, so while we are waiting for her, I'm gonna go ahead and do a general energy reading. It is cold in here. It's cold, Kyle. It's like, don't turn on the heat. Don't turn on the heat. Kyle downstairs, y'all. All right, so I'm about to do a general reading. We're gonna see what the message is for today. By the way, if you book a reading with me in advance, or if you say reserve your spot, please send me your questions over if you are not going to be on the live, because, and this is a message, I'm gonna make sure I keep this up, because if you don't do that, when I'm going to doing the questions, I have to move to the next person. Not only do I have to move to the next person, you know, that's your $10 or whatever the price I'm charging at that time, and I don't want you to miss out on your money, because or waste your money, because if you come to me afterwards and wanting to read it, I have to charge you the difference. So, all right, so we're gonna do a general reading. If you do have a question that you want to be answered, don't forget, you can definitely cash at me or send me a PayPal. Okay. Because I have two people who sent me some money. It is called. All right. All right, so this is a good spread. So whoever catches this replay, this could be going to you. So the first card we have is the Accelerated Motion card. So that's the first card we have. Then we have the Passion Ignited card. Then we have the Financial and Material Changes card. Then the final card we have is the Truth. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Let's take a look. One second. Okay. All right, so the first card says Accelerated Motion. So what Spirits is telling me, this could apply to anyone in here, but the message is, I feel like things are going to be taking off financially. What Spirit is telling me is, for those of you, if you were thinking about starting a business, or if you're thinking about actually a plan that you're having, or let me say this, if you're thinking about maybe like a master plan, this is why I normally see this card, like a master plan is going to take off for you. I feel like there's going to be a big financial and material change in your life. I feel like your life is going to change drastically. For a lot of us coming out of this quarantine, there's going to be some truths that we're going to actually learn. I feel like some of us are actually learning it currently. For some of you, I feel like you're actually finding out things about yourself that you probably wasn't aware of. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're also finding out that it doesn't really take a lot to make money. All it takes is within you. I feel like for some of you, you're actually realizing that, maybe you can actually make a career doing what you love to do. I feel like for some of you, you're starting to find out the truth about the universe, is what Spirit is telling me. I feel like for some of you, this quarantine has actually taught you, whew, I don't know. I'm just really feeling this. I feel like this quarantine for a lot of you has actually taught you that you don't know what you think you know. Um, Let me just pull some more cards. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. We were just talking about this. Okay, so the cards that we have is we have the stand your ground card, the movement, choices, indecisions, the discontent and boredom, and then we have the heart chakra card. So, what spirits is telling me that for some of you there is some things that you may have thought you were over and you're not. I feel like right now you may be facing some decisions and you may be feeling like things are kind of out of your control. This is for some of you. Or you may be made to think that things are out of your control and it's causing you to be trapped in your mind. I'm feeling like for some of you, what I'm picking up is this is a message from spirit from what we were just talking about to when it's saying stand your ground. It's telling you that if you know what you want, let's say it's out of a partner, like what we were just talking about, stay your ground. You're going to have some choices that's going to be coming up for you, and it's going to, some of them are going to seem like it's better. For some of you it could be, if you're dating multiple people, you're going to actually you know have some choices between people. I'm seeing for some people, but what spirit is saying is remember what you want at the end of the day. It's telling you to stand your ground. Remember what you want. That's what spirit is telling you. Also, for those of you who has been trapped in your mind lately, just like we talked about, for those of you who has been feeling maybe the blues, spirit is telling you need to work on your heart chakra. There are some things that you need to release yourself, is what spirit is telling me. There are some things that I feel like some of you may be getting overwhelmed with decisions. If that's you, spirit is saying that you need to work on your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is clogged. You need to actually heal a lot of things, because sometimes what we can feel like, I know me and my husband was just talking about that today, like sometimes it could be like a lot of noise and you need to silence. Spirit is saying that you need to go within and work on self and silence that. So that is what we have. Let me see if my people answered back, because if they didn't, Chile. Yeah. Okay. Let me let people know. I'm about to start the live questions. All right. So if you guys have a question, please go ahead and leave your question now. Otherwise, we're going to get off of here shortly. So now is the time because they haven't replied back to me. So if you want a reading, if you have a question, please go ahead and leave that in the comments. All right. If we don't have any questions, I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so I guess we are not doing any more questions. I don't see any questions. So shout out to everyone who came through the live and shout out to everyone who's watching the replay. Don't forget, if you guys do want to join us, we do this every Friday, each and every Friday. Definitely feel free to, let me know some different topics you want me to talk about. Definitely, please leave that in the comments below. Until then, all my gods and goddesses, see you in the next video. Don't forget to always rock your crown. Peace.